You want to know what real power looks like? Try standing in your own front yard and being told by a 5'6" hurricane named Diane Proctor that you've got 30 minutes to pack up your life because your dogs and horses don't fit her vision of the perfect neighborhood. 30 minutes, she shrieked, waving her phone around like she was holding a badge. 30 minutes before she called the cops on me in my own home on land my family's worked for decades. You ever have one of those moments where you wonder if you're living in a sitcom or a nightmare? That was me right then. But I'll tell you, when those cops rolled up, the look on Diane's face was pure gold. She'd kicked the wrong hornet's nest and she was about to find out just how badly she'd miscalculated. So there I am, standing next to my 4 dogs, Rex, Duke, Bella, and Scout, all lined up at attention, looking about as threatening as a bunch of overgrown puppies. Diane standing there in her designer suit hair, perfectly set heels clicking on the gravel like she's about to win a beauty pageant and a war at the same time. She jabs a finger in my direction, her voice slicing through the quiet afternoon. Ethan Caldwell, your animals are a menace and your ranch stinks up the whole area. You're in violation of at least 17 HOA regulations. I just breathed deep, fighting back the urge to laugh. Diane, for the 100th time, my place isn't part of your HOA. My family's been here longer than your subdivision's been on a blueprint. That only makes her madder. Her face turns this wild shade of purple, and she starts typing furiously on her phone, already spreading the word that I'm some kind of public enemy. By the time the rookie cop arrives, Diane's sitting in her car with her phone pointed at me, streaming live to the community page. The cop, poor kid, he looks barely old enough to drive, walks up, all cautious hand hovering near his radio. "We got a complaint about aggressive dogs, sir." I show him the property survey, walk him through the commands. My dog's sitting, staying healing like champs, and within 5 minutes he's nodding and heading out. Nothing to see here. Diane's glare could have melted steel. The whole thing blows up online in minutes. Sophie Harper, she runs the bakery in town, sweet as sugar, texts me, "Diane's at it again, claiming your dogs attacked her. Don't worry, I'm calling her out." But for every Sophie, there's 3 people ready to believe Diane. I get more hate texts in 20 minutes than I've had in 20 years. Sophie even loses a couple customers over it. It's spreading like wildfire, and all because Diane can't stand not being in charge. That night, as I'm trying to clear my head, Sophie stops by with a box of pastries and a worried look. "This is getting out of hand, Ethan. She's turning people against you." I think back to the Morrison family. Diane bullied them out of their home for letting their grass grow a little too long during a medical crisis. She's got a playbook and she's running it on me now. Then things get real strange. I get an email Diane CC'd to half the county threatening lawsuits for defamation and public nuisance. I barely finish reading before another message pops up, this time from Harold Vance, the developer, sniffing around the neighborhood demanding a meeting. My gut says something's off. I call Ryan Baxter, one of my old trainees from the police K-9 unit, now a sheriff's deputy. "Ryan, what can an HOA actually do to someone who isn't part of the HOA?" He just sighs. "Not much legally. But Diane's never let that stop her before." Watch your back, man. Next morning, I meet Harold Vance at the Fairhaven Diner. Diane's there too, hovering like a buzzard. Vance slides a $200,000 $1,000 offer across the table for my ranch, cash, quick close. No inspections. My ranch is worth 3 times that. I tell him as much, voice steady, even though my hands are shaking under the table. He smirks. "We can make your life difficult if you're not interested." Diane drops a folder on the table. Petitions, complaints. Half the signatures are from people who don't even live here or who moved away months ago. "This is forged," I say. Diane snaps. "Prove it." I leave before I lose my cool. That afternoon, I get a call from Angela Vance's former assistant. She wants to meet. She's got information. We meet at the old trailhead, and she hands me a thumb drive. Emails, wire transfers. Diane gets $50,000 if you sell out. And Vance is hiding money from his ex-wife's divorce. My head's spinning. That evening, Sophie brings dinner and some well-earned gossip. Eleanor Gray, Diane's next-door neighbor, is speaking up online. Turns out Diane's been bullying Eleanor for years. The tide's starting to turn. Then Diane calls me syrupy sweet. "Let's meet, just the 2 of us, no lawyers." I know it's a setup, but I say yes. That night, I spot a figure skulking near my fence. Rex goes nuts, and I realize this isn't just neighbor drama anymore, it's war. Diane sets up an emergency safety meeting at the community center, and I walk in to find the place packed. Diane plays edited footage of my dogs attacking children. Only those children are police cadets in protective suits, and Ryan backs me up showing the unedited tape. Diane puts on the waterworks claiming I'm stalking her. But I play a recording of her threatening me and neighbors start speaking up. Eleanor tells everyone about years of harassment. Diane, desperate, calls 911 right there demanding I be arrested. The cops see through it. Officer Martinez actually warns her about filing false reports. After that, Diane doubles down. She rallies a mob at my gate, paints leave now on my barn files. More lawsuits, and even tries to shut down Sophie's bakery. My security cameras catch Vance's goons vandalizing my fence, and when the police come, I'm ready with evidence. Still, Diane keeps pushing. She files claims about animal attacks, gets animal control called on me, even drags Sophie into court for defamation. I'm worn down, almost ready to give up. But then I find an old letter from my mom. The strongest trees grow in the fiercest winds. Don't let anyone take what we've built. That keeps me going. The court date arrives and Diane shows up ready to bury me. Her case is a circus of fake petitions, edited videos, paid protesters. But my lawyer, Jessica Martinez, is a pit bull. She lays out all our evidence. The footage, the thumb drive from Angela, proof of the bribes. Even Diane's confession caught on a live stream outside the courthouse. The whole thing unravels. Diane tries to talk her way out of it, but Judge Garcia isn't buying it. Vance gets exposed too. His offshore accounts, the harassment, all of it. As Diane's led out in handcuffs, the courtroom erupts. Sophie hugs me, neighbors apologize, even Ryan's grinning. But as I leave, I spot Vance slipping away, already dialing his phone. This guy's not done yet. That night, he calls offering hush money if I sell. I hang up, but not before recording every word. Within days, federal agents raid Vance's offices. Diane's out on bail, but her reputation's trashed for good. At a town meeting, victims line up to share what Diane and Vance did to them. Eleanor, the Morrisons, even kids stand up. Diane tries to spin it, but finally cracks screaming that my land should have been hers. Her meltdown goes viral. Both Diane and Vance are charged conspiracy, fraud, bribery, the works. I throw a barbecue for my supporters, and for a moment it feels like the world's finally right again. But as the sun sets, Rex growls at a strange envelope left at my gate, an anonymous threat from something called the Consortium. Looks like this fight isn't over, not by a long shot. Got a Diane in your life? Sound off below who's really right and what's fair when power and community collide. Let's hear your story.